40 years, and I've worked in several companies, ever had a job where I either hired somebody or was the candidate where I wasn't interviewed before they actually placed somebody in the position.
Including
you can say anything you want on a piece of paper, and I'm not saying that about this gentleman because I don't know him, but I've been in plenty of places where I've seen resumes that have been completely falsified, and the person that came in had no skills based on what their resume said. So.
Okay. I appreciate the input. I do. I was just trying to explain how I came to my.
And again, it sounds to me like the way you explain it even is you are the one that is the deciding vote on things. You are.
No, we all have the same way to vote.
Supervisor, the one who leads the discussion and kind of drives that bus, so to speak. In which case, I don't understand why the 2 open positions were not decided by our 3 members that were elected. That, again, it just, having 2 members appointed just throws a lot of gray area into ethics.
That was the board's decision at the time. I can't speak to that. So, we could talk about this all night, and I gladly talk to anyone about it. I have no problem, but people look like they're yawning and stuff. So.
Well, I have a question.
Yes, ma'am.
So who actually interviewed her?
The Republican committee.
Okay. Who interviewed her on this team?
John and Steve.
Who are the persons that interviewed her personally?
On the Republican committee? I did, and John did, and so did the other 6 people.
Okay, so how did Ed know she was not good? How did Ed know that? What gave him the decision to vote? If he did not personally interview her?
I think he probably went with the Republican committee nomination.
Okay.
That they were good enough.
Didn't you say earlier about their voicing?
The way I look at it, appointment is different from being elected. If somebody stood up against a project, which we may be in litigation, we don't know, but that was a deciding factor for me. I mean, that's the way I had to vote that way because there's opinions are already made, and I ain't got nothing against her opinion. But if she wants to run for the office and the people elect her, that's fine. I have no problem with that.
But you're wrong because she voiced an opinion at a town meeting. You guys are holding that against her.
This was before we had these 2 resignations. We had no idea that was going to happen. It was way before.
It doesn't matter when they resign.
But I can even understand. I don't blame you for taking that into account.
No.
What I blame is that you didn't either look at the whole tape or you didn't come and ask me personally. This is.
Well, I was at the meeting.
The Facebook page of the man you just appointed.
That's how we came to the decision. So.
Pardon?
There was nothing malicious.
She just showed you?
Just like Ed that's how Ed came to the decision. That's how I came to the decision. So there's nothing malicious about it. It was honest, open discussion, and we agreed.
Why did you have this open discussion before you voted to see how people felt about it?
We did for 2 months amongst ourselves.
Amongst yourselves.
Yeah.
But what about the townspeople that are paying your wages?
That
you're working for.
That's
and what I don't understand is
displaying. Maybe I'm not answering it right. We could bring this up. I'm not trying to push you off. I don't know how to answer that. I guess that's a legal question for our lawyer.
It's time that some rules be changed because I think the people need to know what's going on more than what they're letting be known what's going on. And
okay.
Buy that rule book.
I'm gonna look it up.
I've got your questions. I'll give them to the lawyer tomorrow. I will get you answers.
I just have one final thing, and then I want to leave. I need to go home and eat.
Me too.
I just wanted to say that when it comes to this fear of litigation, and that word has been brought up a few times when it comes to, let's be honest, Blue Leaf, Borrego, I don't care what you call them. Just because Goliath threatens to sue doesn't mean David has to set down his stone.
Nobody said that.
Nobody
I
said
don't
that.
want us to. That saying, fine, you're threatening to sue us. We have work to do. We lost some board members, and legally we can go into courtroom and say, Your Honor, we lost 2 members. You cannot honestly expect the remaining members who are busy trying to hire and get candidates and all this to complete the research that we had not finished. And that's why we had tabled the discussion on the seeker. It wasn't, oh, we ran out of time. It was, we don't have the answers yet to these last few questions on the seeker. And I would be happy to research and look for names for you of people who would be candidates that would be objective, not living right there. I
Right.
appreciate that perspective. Bias on any side is a concern. If somebody's making money on it, it's a concern. They're biased,
Yep.
Right?
right? And if they're like me and they're a tree hugger, I'm biased. And I live right there, a few miles away. And it's, you know, so I agree with you. They need to be objective, scientific people who are experts in their field. But we need that before you can sign off on it, because then who's to say an environmental group won't sue? In any case, I really do have to leave. Thank you so much for your time tonight.
Yeah, nobody's voting on anything on that. That's that all process. I still have this much reading to do on that process. So that's,
Right.
you know, they're well versed in it. I'm still learning that process, the wind project. So I haven't even broached that subject yet. So, are we, anyone?
I have one final thing too. Just, you know, you made it clear that you did research on Linda.
Mhm.
And you said you didn't do anything really on Mr. Schiffer, but it also on his public Facebook slams Democrats. So that's somebody that you want up here in this town.
I
You're
didn't
worried
do
about a
research.
Wind turbine.
I didn't. I went off the resumes. I did what I did, and I told you what I
But
did.
you didn't go off the resumes because you openly admitted that you did go off of her video and what she stated.
I did go off the resumes.
That's all I have.
No, he was vetted by the Republican committee.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
They didn't do their job. That's right. That's what I say. They didn't send.
That's why you should have been interviewing also. So you didn't do your jobs either, Ed, I'm sorry.
No,
It's not personal.
no. Oh, no.
And again, I don't want this to sound like I'm complaining about me in general, I'm complaining about the process.
Right.
Not that I didn't get it, because I can run if I want to in November. This is not, but.
Okay. This is what we need. More people involved. It's a good thing. Are we good? Anything else? Okay. Can I get a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
7:03.
Is it 7:03?
Mhm.